What you going by?
Shea.
All right, Shay, put your right hand up and then your left hand on your word, wherever you decide your word is.
Okay.
Cool, hold it just like that. Do you solemnly agree we have your permission to post this across all of our social media platforms?
Yes.
Is there anything, and I do mean anything, that's off limits you don't want us to ask you about?
No.
If we do ask you something that's off limits, do you understand? You can say no, I want to move on, or pass.
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's get it.
Yeah, and make sure you don't hit us up saying take the interview. Okay, literally it's no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, Just K for real.
And we got a special guest here to introduce herself, so tell us where you originally from.
I'm originally from Long Island, New York, but I've been here about like 20 years of my life, so I'm a Georgian now.
Okay.
Okay, so you grew up with both your parents?
Yes, yeah.
And what's your relationship like with your dad?
Me and my dad are cool. Like, as a girl, I used to be like a daddy's girl, but then I kind of grew out of that as I got older. I'm a lot closer with my mom now.
Okay, give me the most traumatic experience you had as a child.
Is it traumatic?
Yeah, traumatic, yeah.
Okay, I don't think I really had that many like
That's good.
traumatic. Yeah, I had a pretty solid childhood. I really can't think of one.
So anything in like any relationship?
I would say this was like a turning point for me in terms of like my relationship with religion. Was when my aunt had stage 4 cancer, and I prayed for her every night, for her health, and then she passed. And I was already like, I guess, agnostic at the time, and so I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. Like, I really, I feel like some people are meant to believe and some people are not, and I feel like I'm one of those people, like, I respect that if that's, how you feel, but it just didn't work for me.
So you don't believe in religion at all?
No, not really.
Does that mean you don't believe in God or anything?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
To clarify.
I'm like, yeah.
That's a new one?
That is new.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, something you healed and moved on from that had a big impact in your life.
I would say, I guess how I came out to my mom. Yeah.
Are you gay?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, really didn't want to come out, but she asked, and I was like, I'm tired of lying. So I was just like, yeah. She asked me, are you 100% straight? I said, no, Mom, like, as if it was obvious. And at first she took it well, and then it was like she needed 24 hours to process. She was like, hit me up on my phone, like, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, oh, Lord, I know this is new for you, but I've been in this, so I'm going to need you to process by yourself.
Okay. You have foreign parents?
I do. My parents are from Haiti.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's major. So, question. Okay, what would you say you strive towards?
Like, personally or like professionally?
Let's say both, because my follow-up is going to be what motivates you. And I'm thinking, as far as for you to not believe in God, that's normally one of the things that motivates people when they hit their bottom. So when you're going through things and you're striving towards something, what are those things and what motivates you if you're not believing in that higher power?
I would say like just having community and like the relationships that I have built around me, my chosen family, if you will. Like I really put a lot of stake into the relationships that I have in my life, and so making sure that those are good and that I have my support system. Like, I would say that that's my motivating factor. Yeah.
So the people around you.
Yeah, so you really see yourself like getting old with a woman?
Yeah.
Like you ever thought about that?
Yeah. I mean, if that's in the cards for me.
Gay couples, like, it kind of like play out after a while, I guess.
I see people, like I see people play with it, and a lot of girls play gay. But people who are like, I'm lesbians, you see them get old and stuff, I feel like.
With couples? Like,
yeah.
You see a lot of gay couples now?
I've seen, or like, look at Pride. Look at a Pride parade. You'll see old gay couples that's been together for years. Especially, like, people from the age where they had to hide it. They was really locked in.
That's true.
Okay, will you show respect in a work environment to a person that disrespects you? Has it happened to you?
Yes, it has. But I'm very big on like just always keeping things professional. I don't have to like you to respect you, and so even if I felt like you said something disrespectful towards me, I just know to keep my distance. But I'm not gonna let your disrespect bring me out of my character.
Give me an example like of when that happened.
So, like the other day, actually, I was sitting with a coworker, and they were just catching up on the news, and the story of Brittany Griner getting released and home to her wife was like on the screen. It was a picture of her and her wife, and that particular person was like, man, like what's happening in heterosexuality, blah blah blah. And it just kind of devolved into a different sort of conversation, and I just kind of excused myself from the room because I don't feel like I need to. I don't want to like out myself if I don't have to. But I was just like, if the roles were reversed and it was a white person in the room saying that about black people, like in a general way, you would feel personal, even if you weren't, I wasn't specifically talking about you. So like for me, I took it the same way. It's like, just because you're not talking about me specifically, like when you talk about the LGBTQ community, that includes myself.
I'm saying that was negative though. You thought it was negative?
Absolutely, that's 100% negative. Because that's like, I give you an anecdote, right? Let's say, we take it back in time. Black and white people are not allowed to have interracial relationships. So you start seeing that. You see a picture in a news clipping or whatever. Like, man, what's happened to the white family? Like, you don't see white families anymore. That's negative. It's like, what do you mean? Like, a family is a family, a relationship is a relationship, regardless of if you like it or not.
I don't see that as negative though. I'd be like, white girls just want black dick type shit. Like, I wouldn't be like, that's negative. Like,
the negative is them basically frowning upon the change that they going from being segregated to integrated relationship. So for them saying, well, what's going on with the white family? Because now these people are starting to intermingle. So the negative is them looking down on the people who want to
how you
intermingle.
feel they looking down? Like, what make you saying they looking down?
By questioning the practices that's now happening, basically.
It's kind of like you assuming.
It's not. It's not really an assumption though, because like just by tone and like word choice, you can tell like somebody is basically saying.
You can infer from.
Yeah, like I consider this to be normal. I consider this to be right. And so by making that statement is like, this is wrong. Like, that's what you can infer from that conversation.
So are people wrong to feel that other things are wrong?
You're not wrong to feel that other things are wrong, but we in a work setting. So there's right and wrong in terms of professionalism. I'm not in the business of changing opinions, but I'm also not going to argue with you about the existence of people that they're not going anywhere. Like,
That's what's up. Okay, a time you went against your gut feeling and you paid for it.
I usually listen to my gut. I'm pretty good about listening to my intuition. If I feel like I need to leave a situation,
so you feel like you've always been that way?
So so do you feel like, so have you ever had like any real serious like girlfriends yet? And like, do you feel like they more abusive or too emotional? Because usually girls say that.
No, and I think that's very like individual. Like, I think people have certain characteristics, and you have boundaries and expectations of what you want in a relationship, regardless if it's a male or female. And so, if you put up with toxic, you're gonna get toxic. If you don't put up with toxic, you're not gonna get toxic.
Okay, so like in a relationship, I'm staying with this gay shit. Okay, so in a relationship, like you like the femme or you like the stud or like what's?
I don't really have like a type per se, just as long as I think you're cute.
Okay, I don't got no type.
Yeah.
Okay, so are passwords like mandatory in a relationship, like phone password?
No, not at all. Like, I feel like trust is mandatory, and you as an individual have right to privacy. So I don't need your passwords, but if there's information that I think I want you to share with me, I would hope that you would share it with me. And if I feel like I have to ask for your password, the relationship is already over. Like, yeah.
But if you get the password and then there's nothing there, is there a chance of it not being open?
I guess it just me personally. I'm not gonna ask for your password. Like that just feels wrong to me. Yeah.
She's like, nah. So do you feel like if something's being done, it's gonna come out?
Yeah, or I'm a very direct person. I don't know if it's like the Scorpio in me, or if it's because my parents are very passive, and I was like, I don't like that, so I'm just gonna be upfront with whoever. So if I feel something, I'm just gonna ask.
Okay, when the last time you cried, and the last time you made somebody cry?
I don't know if I made somebody cry, but I don't know. Maybe my actions may have resulted in tears. I don't know about that, but I cried today. That was the last time I cried.
About what?
I'm just stressed. I'm out here, I guess, living a double life. I'm a teacher by day, singer by night. And I'm ready for a break.
From teaching?
Yeah.
What do you teach?
9th grade biology.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
No, I mean, more power to you, for real.
Thank you.
It takes strength, especially these kids.
Yeah.
We were in the school today, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot going on all the time.
Yeah, it is.
And these kids big. Like, I really sat there and had to put myself, I'm like, when I was younger, I would never do this stuff in front of my teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I walked through it all. I'm like, okay, where's the problem? And I got back to parents. I'm like, I fear my parent. I don't want anybody to call my parent and say, this is what I did at school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt a lack of fear while I was in school. I'm like, y'all tripping. I would never be like this around adults.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a time when a person's absence brought you peace, and what did they do to disturb the peace?
All the time. Leave me alone.
I am a bit of a loner, so I do like my alone time. So that does bring me peace. But I don't know if it was because of a specific person. I just like to be by myself.
You think that's a good thing?
Yeah, because I definitely do still appreciate the friendships that I have and put a lot of effort into those to let them know that that they're appreciated, that they're loved, that they're needed in my life. But I still need my me time.
Not for real.
You got any information on that Gunna thing? What y'all think about it? Y'all think he snitched because he got released early for a plea deal?
He couldn't even, they didn't have anything on him. So I would have to go read, but they didn't have anything on him.
So why you think he took a plea then?
I don't know what the plea was. I gotta read.
They can't tell.
I don't think he had anything to tell.
Yeah.
You just sit down for so long. What are they gonna do after a while? Except something like that, make it look like you copped a plea. Now things start happening. Let's see what happens. We don't have nothing, and all this time we don't have anything to move forward with. So let's let him out. Let's say this happened, and let's see what we get from that.
I'm saying they can release you as an informant too.
That part too, but I mean at that point, just don't have him around. Y'all worried about that?
Okay, yeah. I guess have y'all ever dated somebody and death basically changed them as a person, and how do you deal with that?
Have I dated somebody and you said death changed them as a person?
Yeah.
No, but I've only had one serious relationship, so there was no well, my grandmother had passed during that time, but that didn't change me as a person.
What about you, Kay?
I don't want to answer this question. I was dating, I guess, somebody, and his dad died, and this is a terrible story, y'all. So basically, his dad died, but they weren't close. All his life, the dude lived up the street, and he didn't know his dad. He knew who he was. He knew that his dad ignored him. That was pretty much the story. But then randomly, when the dad is dead, now he's so boohoo hurting, and he was supposed to come back for me. So I'm like, I just detached myself. I'm like, dang, you was supposed to be here for me, even though his dad died, but you ain't even know him. So
let me tell you what that is. Niggas be trying to find anything that you gonna sympathize and make you feel sorry for them to get good in with you. That's all that was.
But you should have came back then. like I had went to Maryland. He came to Maryland from Delaware. And then he went back, but he was supposed to come back to Maryland, but his dad died. So then that was the excuse to stay. But I'm like, one, you didn't know your dad. Two, you went to work the next day. I didn't hear from you like that night. So I feel like you was dealing with somebody. It wasn't like you was stressed. He's like, oh, I'm hanging out and my people helping me feel better. And I offered to come there. All right, I'm about to drive up there.
Oh, so it was an excuse like to get rid of you.
Yeah, basically. So I was
thought he was trying to get in good, but he wanted to get rid of you.
I guess so, because he did too.
Okay, that's about it then.
Oh, we did good.
Okay, yeah, any last words, Kay?
So, is there anything about you that our audience should know before you leave that we may have not touched on today?
Yeah, I am very, I guess, passionate and driven about my music career, and like, I'm not trying to be a struggling artist, so I am doing the whole, having a full-time job and doing music at the same time. Mm-hmm. But I'm always out performing in Atlanta if they want to catch me on a show or something like that. And I do have a new song coming out. It's gonna be called In Bloom, and it's gonna be on all streaming platforms. And it's basically just about my mental health journey thus far the past couple of years, because it's been a little rough. But I do feel like I'm in that season for myself.
Do you feel like your friends were the same way that you were able to get through your journey, your mental health journey?
Yeah, my friends were definitely like super important in that, but therapy was also like the main thing that helped me like find things to help me like de-stress.
Okay.
I was about to say something. I totally forgot that shit. It slipped my mind. Okay.
I'll sing a little snippet of my new song. I didn't warm up.
La 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 la.
Staying still, it's just a different way to run away. Can't forget where I'm from, but where am I going? Going. I find sometimes I think a little backwards when I say stay.
Yes.
You can sing.
Yes.
I sure gonna say you could.
You look like you have that kind of sound, like your feel and your energy, and then your earth tones on your nails. It's giving that kind of sound. I like that. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Do you have a date?
Friday.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, have you run into any scammers like Ugly Money Nietzsche? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Instagram is full of scammers.
Okay.
They got you, or you just
I got one of them got me. One of those like promo pages, but when you look naive and you just want to get there, and then you're like, wait a minute, something about this don't sit right, and you just dig a little deeper, and you're like, yeah, this isn't real.
How much they get you for?
They didn't give me for much. 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just tried a little bit.
Yeah. But now I know it's like black.
Okay. I want people to get caught for like 1,500, 500. So.
Oh no.
They be getting over.
Want some real promotion? Come play with me. This ain't Death Row.
Yeah, tell about the Stupa.
Oh yeah, Stupa. Oh, that's a positive platform, which seems like you got that kind of vibe too. Mm-hmm. It's a black-owned, newer platform, but you can put all of your things that you already have. So say, for instance, you have videos on YouTube. You take the link, put it on there, it's streamed through. You have music, audio that you want to post, you can put it all in one place. But they're specializing in helping us to monetize. So immediately when you go on there, every 1,000 clicks, you get $1. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. You got subscriptions, you're able to do that similar to Twitch, and they do an 80-20 split, but it's the one platform where they're promoting loyalty. They're rewarding you for loyalty. So if they're like, oh, Shea posts all the time, look at her music, we love this, they'll give you 100% of your subscriptions. And they're changing the lingo, so it's imagine a stoop, like you chilling on the stoop, getting your hair done, kids outside playing, that type of vibe. You have neighbors, we're not commenting, we're chiming in. We're not following, we're supporters. So just changing the narrative and giving us a positive platform. So it's women, men, children, cats, dogs, everybody welcome. Like go on stoopup.com and instantly.
I'll check it out.
Definitely.
Okay, I guess that's it, man. We out.
For real this time.
All right.